So the topic for this minicast is personal growth. What are your thoughts on personal growth, Luca?
Well, everyone throws around the word like, oh, 5 steps to personal growth, and well, like, okay, what does personal growth even mean? Honestly, like, there's so many things. Okay, what does it mean?
So you're asking me the question.
Yeah, I'll answer it as well, but like, you go
I mean,
first.
I guess if you're taking it from a sense of where I guess we're taking it, like in a literal sense, it means I guess height growth or something like that. But in terms of like what we mean it for, I think we're talking more mental capacity. We're talking intellectually. We're talking emotionally. I think personal growth is just you developing as an individual, you becoming
Okay,
you.
but this is something I've always been like I just couldn't get around in my
Yep.
head. Like what defines like development? Development. Like, how do you know if something is change development in itself? Like, this is going a little bit philosophical here, but like, is that what development is? Is it change, or is it what's considered a positive change? Because if it's what's considered a positive change, then I mean that's kind of, in my opinion, a little
I
stupid,
don't. Yeah, I don't
because
think.
everyone, like, positive change is a
I
perspective,
don't think
right?
personal growth is always necessarily a positive change. I think that is surely part of it, but I think personal growth can be positive, negative, or neutral. Like it doesn't have to be either. Regardless of what you're doing, you're growing as a person. Whether that's, I guess, arguably in the wrong direction or in the right direction is irrelevant. Personal growth is
Okay, I see where you're
it's
coming
basically
from.
you changing as an individual based on experience, based on your understanding.
Okay,
That's what it is, in my opinion.
I think that everyone has like it. It's a bit cheesy in a way. I think everyone has like their true self, right? And through life, they can change themselves to become closer to their true self, if that makes
Yep.
sense. And by becoming closer to that true version of yourself, which is a version of yourself that is unbound by any expectations in society, and that is the most honest version of yourself, getting closer to that person is personal growth, in my opinion. So it will change for every person, depending on who you are and who that person is for you. That's what I think.
Yeah, I mean, I guess personal growth is again like it's another thing we're talking about, which is based on perspective. But I think personal growth is always happening without people realizing it. I think everyone is always undergoing personal growth. Like I've heard people say that, oh, they think that personal growth happens until you're about, like 25, 30, and then after that,
It happens all
that's
your
all
life.
personal. And I guess where they were coming from when I heard them say that is they were sort of talking with regards to that will be you in terms of like your personality and how you act and that sort of thing. That's how you when you're 25, 30. That whatever you are then, that's how you'll be for the rest of your life. Which I guess,
Wait, do you believe
well,
that, or?
I mean, it's probably true for a lot of people. It's probably true for some, like not true for a lot of people as well. But I feel like what he was getting at, I sort of could understand what he was getting at. Sort of like you've gone
Yeah.
through enough in your life to characterize you as a person by the time you're 25, 30, is what he was trying to say. I
Well, I
think,
mean, maybe in our society it is like that, because once you get a job,
well, I
like, it
think,
depends on the job you get as
yeah,
well.
I guess everyone's thrown into things pretty young nowadays. I mean, you think about everything that we're doing. Everyone's getting started in everything at a young age now. Um, but I mean,
I don't think it's changed that much. I mean, like, this is like a quick comment, but like, from ages ago, like, 15-year-olds were getting into work. It's just a
but
different
I
type of
think
work.
people are maturing a lot younger now, which is something you didn't see a long time ago. And not maturing, and that's not a good. I don't say it as a good thing, but I think people are maturing a lot younger. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I know what
people
you
are
mean.
growing up too young, in my opinion.
Okay. Well, look, we can actually do another like topic on that later, about that, and about the human race evolving with what you were saying. But anyway, back to the personal growth thing. Do you, like, first, do you think it's important to grow
I
personally?
think regardless of whether people see it as important or not, I think it's always happening just by living.
Oh, I like that view.
It's like
I disagree though. I mean, I know it's always
I
happening,
feel like
but I
I don't
think,
think you have to be looking for personal growth. I think it just happens, and we're not even realizing it. Because if you think you've changed from when you were 5 years old to now, you didn't necessarily go out and say I'm going to change. I'm going to look for I'm going to personally grow. just through your life, it's happened. It's happened to where you are
Okay,
now.
I agree with you in that sense that you do change whether you like it or not, but I don't agree in the sense that it's not important to go out and try
I
and
think
change and try
I
and
think
grow.
it's important to go out and try and grow as a person, but I don't think it's necessarily correct to pinpoint what those growths should be and what not. I think it's just a matter of just living and doing what you think is right and living to your potential, taking opportunities as they come, things like that. I don't think it's a matter of pinpointing one specific aspect of your life and trying to improve that or develop that.
I disagree a little bit because I think that if you focus on certain aspects of your life and you try to improve those areas, then ultimately you're going to get a better life for starters,
What are we
and you're
talking
going to
about?
change as a person.
In terms of like individual things. If we're
Okay, so
specifying,
okay,
like, are we talking?
relationships maybe, or maybe what you do with your time, like
Okay,
maybe
yeah.
you're not
I can agree
utilizing
with
your
that.
time, like things like that.
Yeah, I think that's a thing you can go out and look and try and improve. But I think in terms of specifying it down to, like, you know how I think the mistake that people make a lot of the time is they seek out to try and be good at everything when they should probably only specify one thing. They try and like everyone's got things that they're not good at basically, and I think it's wrong to pinpoint those things that I think wrong's maybe a strong word, but I think it's people shouldn't be focusing on things that they're not good at and trying to improve those. In terms of, let's say,
Okay, I disagree with you
hang on, no,
100%.
this is what I gotta say. When you
Okay,
go from like, let's say you're not good at
mixed martial arts.
yeah, there's no reason for you to go and do that and improve on it. If you really love it, yes, of course, go out and do it. But if it's not something that you really value, if it's not something that you don't want to improve on, I don't see the need to go and do it. In my opinion, it's a waste of time. Whereas if you, let's say you hate mixed martial arts and you're not good at it, there's no reason for you to go and do it. If you love mixed martial arts and you're not fantastic at it, yeah, for sure, go and work on it, improve it, dedicate time to it. But don't do it just because you're not good at it, even if you don't enjoy it. Is what I'm saying.
Okay, I agree. I agree with you
Yeah.
now. I wasn't listening to the whole thing. What a stupid person I can be sometimes. Anyway, um, you like covered a lot there. Let's say like for me when I wanna get stronger both in mind and body. So like I'm reading books and basically just trying to increase my knowledge and learn more because like I like learning more and I'm trying to get better at my mixed martial arts as well because I want to fight. So I mean that's where my personal growth lays and spiritually as well. I do a lot of meditation and things like that. I'm into all that stuff. But you pretty much covered like everything there. What about one more thing we can talk about is what you can do to personally grow. I mean, I guess it changes, but like in general, if you're looking at aspects of your life like relationships and things like that, like the general stuff, what would you do to improve those things?
I think it's just like taking opportunities is a big one.
What do you mean by that
So
though? Like
like,
that's so
yeah, I
vague.
guess when an opportunity arises, don't turn it down. I think the more experience you can get across the board, the better you'll be, and then you can pinpoint things that you're not good at as well.
Yeah, that's a pretty good that's good for a business. Like people who are into business and things like that. If something comes up and someone calls you in like, hey, I have a job position. Actually, there's a quote related to this. I can't remember who said the quote, but it was something like this in my own words. Take say you can do it, even if you can't, and then figure it out later. So like that's a good thing with taking opportunities. Take the opportunity whether you can do it or not, and then even if you can't do it, once you're there and you've got the opportunity, then you can work at it how to do it, and at least you're there taking that opportunity on board. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and I think the more opportunities you take up, the more you can learn from those. Whether it be directly and straight away, or whether it be you take a few opportunities but you seem to be coming up with the same results and they're the results you don't want, then then it's important to go back and assess it. And I think that can help someone grow as an individual as well.
Yeah, all good points. Okay, so I think that's it for personal growth. I mean, if anyone has any questions or anything or wants us to talk about anything else, just to get some discussion going. Go ahead, ask questions in the comments. Please subscribe. And yeah, see you on our next mini podcast. Next one's going to be a bit fiery, I think. See ya.